All right, we're at a cemetery here in Louisiana. That I've been wanting to check out. It was actually hit really, really hard by the hurricanes. They say that it was under 7 feet of water, and a lot of the tombs themselves are empty now, and I think that's a result of the floodwaters, and the caskets themselves acting like basically like air pockets, and they bust out of the fronts of the tombs. As you can see, these three over here are like that. You can tell that the smaller one there on the left was definitely a child. Now I'm not sure if, I know a lot of the caskets were lost, so I'm not sure if they recovered the remains, or the families decided to move their loved ones elsewhere, and that's why these remain open the way they do. I'm going to walk around here and just look at it and everything. This is a veteran. Looks like he's from World War II. And what's different about this cemetery than a lot of the cemeteries in Louisiana is they're actually buried, a lot of these graves out here, they're buried in the ground versus in tombs. But it's off of a gravel road. It's buried out in the woods. Well, not too far in the woods, but it is buried in the woods. That one's over there is overgrown. I'm gonna go back in this corner over here. Really watching where I'm stepping, because it is snake season. So let's see here. See, this is one of them that's buried in the ground. This is from, looks like 1860, Florence Williams. See, I like this. That one's really nice. I like that. I'm not really sure what these metal pieces here are for. I guess maybe when they initially set the top on it. If anybody knows, can you please let me know in the comments the metal hanging out of the sides of the top of this tomb here. I'm not from Louisiana, so doing these cemeteries is fairly new to me. There's metal in this one also, but there's no top on it. There's no remains on it in it, thank God. As I was saying, I'm not from Louisiana, so I do enjoy coming out to these cemeteries, because they're so different, because they can't do a traditional burial. I'm really not sure how deep these graves are dug out here, but I know the water table is, you can dig like a couple feet and you're hitting water. and that's why they use the above ground tombs here. But yeah, this was under 7 feet of water, they say. And back in the, I haven't researched it a lot, but they were saying back in the 80s or early 90s, they had a really big problem out in this cemetery with grave robbers. So, and they would come in and bust open the tombs and steal valuables, jewelry, and any valuables that the deceased would have in their caskets with them. This one is, that one is open, but there's nothing in there. The top of this one has just completely fallen in. That looks like a tombstone or something over there. Let's walk that way. Okay. That's an interesting one there. It looks like it's made of metal, but I'm not really sure. This is it's like a headstone there. That's the one that's open there. It is a little overgrown here, but I've definitely seen worse. It's not as bad as some of the other ones I've been to. A lot of times when they're with the cemeteries in Louisiana too that are closer to the water, they'll have these graves. You know, some of the cemeteries that do have the, oh, that's pretty, that do have the graves inside of them, or inside the ground, the coffins or caskets will act like a big water pocket, and they'll pop up to the surface. And that's why during the hurricanes they had coffins floating in the waters, in the flood waters. That's a child there. But this is I believe it's an old African American historic cemetery. I'm going to do a little more research on it. I'll put it in a. Oh my God. Well, honestly, I've never seen that before. There's somebody's, that's a skull there. Oh man. That back, in the back is a femur bone. I'm gonna have to figure out who to call and address this to. That's terrible. Oh, that just kind of threw me in a state of shock. I'm gonna go ahead and just stop the video here and see if I can call like the local historical society or and see if they can lead me in the right direction and let them know. Let me just make sure that that's the only one out here, and address that with them, that there's a skull. Just okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video here. After the walkthrough, I called several numbers, including the mayor's office, the parish government office, and also the coroner's office. And the coroner's office said it was the cemetery's responsibility. I have not yet found any contact information on the cemetery, but will continue to make calls until something is done about this. I will not give out information about the cemetery because I do not want anyone to go out there and mess with the remains. I will keep everyone posted on whatever happens. Take care and thank you. Bye.